It's June 26th, 2022. We are out in Salt Lake City preparing for this year's Ultimate Adventure Trip. We have 22 people flying in a few days, and so we're doing the preparations. We spent last night at my brother's home in Breckenridge, left this morning and headed west, had about a 7.5 hour drive to get to Salt Lake City. We stopped in Grand Junction, Colorado, because I needed some fuel, and I put the diesel nozzle in my truck, started the fuel, and apparently it had a leak, and it leaked all over my hand. So I went looking in the island there around for some paper towels, and there weren't any, and this lady saw me looking and thought I wanted the squeegee that she had. So I went back to the truck, and she came around and was trying to hand me the squeegee. She was an older lady, two other elderly ladies in the car with her. And I said, oh, no, I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for paper towels. And she said, oh, so was I. I said, well, here. I reached in my truck. I pulled one out and wiped my hands, and I gave her a few. And she said, thank you so much. Then I grabbed 3 of Billy Graham's Steps to Peace with God tracts, and I gave each one of them one of the tracts, and they thanked me profusely and said, God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I said, no problem. Stopped for gas again someplace else and saw a lady on a motorcycle with a Homeland Security patch on her shirt. So I had a conversation with her and got to share a Gospel of John with the Plan of Salvation in the front with a motorcycle theme on the front. And so then we ended up in Salt Lake City, and we were finishing up dinner, and I had to go up to the counter for something, and this man came in on a Harley Screaming Eagle Electroglide, and he was standing there waiting because it was a long wait, and he looked at me and he said, Army or Marines? And I said, neither. I was a police officer. He goes, oh, he said, I saw the Sig Sauer shirt, and he says, you got the BDU pants on, and you got an empty holster on your belt. I said, well, I'm not carrying right now. And we ended up having a nice conversation. Turns out he was a Marine. And I went back to my table. I pulled out a camo-covered Gospel of John, wrote him a nice personal note for thanking him for his service and his sacrifice, and I gave it to him. And there was another man standing there, an older man, and he had a Marine Corps logo on his shirt. I said, so did you serve? He said, no, my dad did. I said, oh, okay. And so they wanted to know about our adventure trip, so I gave him the itinerary and pulled out one of our off-road Gospels of John for this elderly man that I was talking to. And as we were leaving, he had the Gospel of John with him, and I held the door for him, and he said, thank you so much. He said, have you read the Book of Mormon? And I said, no. He said, are you familiar with it? I said, yes. And I said, I'm a born-again Christian. This is a Gospel of John from the Bible. I wanted to give it to you, and I hope you'll just read it and let God speak to your heart about it. He said, okay, I will. Thank you. And so that was a good day. We had 5 divine appointments, just going about and doing our business, and can't wait to see what's going to happen for the rest of the week. We'll keep you posted.